JD Vance is starting to be a problem, bro. Look at this. Some Dems are encouraging violence. Like, really? Bro, this shit pisses me off because what happened yesterday? An innocent woman waved some ICE agents to drive by. They got out of the car. They escalated the situation. Then they shot her repeatedly in the fucking face as she drove away. And now this motherfucker wants to stand there and say some Dems are encouraging violence? Like, you, Joy Boy.
So the head of Minnesota's investigations agency says that the U.S. Attorney's Office has essentially cut off the state investigations agency's access to the investigation. What is the precedent for that, and why shouldn't the Minnesota officials on the ground have access and evidence to work on this investigation?
First of all, I wish the state officials in Minnesota would investigate why you have so many people who are using their vehicles and other means to actually interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation. The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job.
Dude, they are not protected by absolute immunity. That is some horse shit, bro. Right? Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is, man? I mean, the thing about this that bothers me with JD Vance is, who is this guy? Like, you, JD Vance. You are a nobody. You have been involved in government for like 4 years, bro. You had a tech bro that is maybe your side piece, like buy you a Senate seat, okay? You're a nobody. You haven't been involved in politics. You've been ass-kissing, smoochy, right up on America's Hitler's ass, trying to get second in line to the presidency. Who the fuck are you? I feel like you're some Nepo baby that just walked in and thinks he owns the place. Like, shut the fuck up, dude, pencil neck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you get that vibe too? He never tells the truth. He's a stone cold degenerate liar, and he is a creep, bro. Let me just show you who JD is. That's JD Vance, dude. Homie is a creep. Okay? Like, why you creeping on the ladies, boss? Why you creeping, bro? What are you doing, boss? Let the ladies pee in peace. Dude, this is why the young people are like shitting on him, bro. All the red pill Gen Z people hate him, bro. All those idiots like 𝗙ecie and 𝗍𝗍 and all these donkey kickers, right, who are idiots, but they may inspire people to vote or not vote, but they don't like JD Vance, right? They hate him because he's got a wife who is brown and he's like a level jumper. I don't know. He's like a weird shapeshifter. I know he was in the Marines, but he doesn't look like a Marine. He looks like somebody who gets a fucking pedicure. Dude, isn't he like, he's pretty schlumpy. I mean, he's lost a lot of weight, but he is a creeper. We don't have to fear him, and we're going to roll this guy if he runs for president, but we do have to take him serious because he is a deceitful motherfucker, okay? He is an outrageously good liar, and he is extreme. But everybody in Congress, like, I think everyone in Congress has no respect for this guy. They all think he's a bullshit artist. Like, nobody wants to work for him. Like, everybody would be trying to fuck him up, I think, if he were president. Watch him here. Under pressure, he's really bad. I think man baby is a great term for it. You remember when he went on that podcast and he told the story of how he was talking to Donald Trump and his kid wanted to show him some Pokemon cards and he like yelled at his kid? Like, that's what I picture with JD Vance.
It's like, JD, you missed a very important phone call, and now I'm going to have to pick somebody else. And I like tense up and almost have a heart attack. And the crazy thing about it is my son, who's 7, is in the hotel room with me, and he's really into Pokemon cards right now. He's going through a Pokemon phase. So, I mean, he's really into it. So he's trying to talk to me about Pikachu. And I'm on the phone with Donald Trump, and I'm like, son, shut the hell up for 30 seconds about Pikachu. This is the most important phone call of my life. Please just let me take this phone call. So
yeah, you see that? You see his face change though? Like, Dude, look at that. I recognize that change, guys. Like, I watched this clip, and when I watch this clip, like, I get goosebumps, okay? Because that like subtle change in him, like, you could just see his demeanor change. He's got that fucking, that scrawny, like, egocentric, like, switch flippy type negativity. He's got a short, flammable temper. I bet he, like, hits his kid in anger, and I bet he drinks a little too much and, like, yells at 𝗙cie and, like, smashes things because he's got that man baby, like, how dare you? Like, I don't think he can control his temper. I think he's got a super dark side. Now, with that in mind, watch this, okay? Watch this clip. You ready? We saw that. Now, watch this. He has a demon, and his demon is like, I deserve absolute power. But watch this.
She tried to run somebody over with her car, and the guy defended himself when that happened. Next question.
The investigation is still ongoing.
I said next question.
Dude, you see that? Look at him. A meltdown, bro.
She tried to run somebody over with her car, and the guy defended himself when that happened. Next question.
Dude. Hey, JD. Hey, fuckhead. Dude, we saw the video there, son. I don't care how much eyeliner you put on, piggy. Shut the fuck up, bro. We all saw the video. She didn't try to drive over him with the car, and he shot her in cold blood. And you ready for this, JD? You sack of shit. Let me show you one picture, boss. Look at that, buddy. Look at that, JD. That is the second shot right there, okay? You lying piece of shit. That guy's nowhere near in danger. Why is he sticking his gun in the open window right next to her head and firing 2 more fucking shots? Fuck you, JD. And I'm sorry you can't handle asking the questions. But, dude, you see how livid he gets? He can't handle the pressure. Dude, this guy's an abuser. But I'm saying if this guy becomes president, like, it's going to be a free-for-all, okay? Because he is not going to be able to handle all of the forces in the Republican Party that will try to destroy him. He will crumble, okay? He will have a nervous fucking breakdown, right? Yeah, TPUSA endorses him because he's a religious zealot, right? But I think if he becomes president, I mean, this is like Donald Trump during COVID level, right? Dude, everybody hates him, dude. He is so illegitimate. He's even more illegitimate than Trump is. Like, look at that. Look at that. See that smile? Dude, he fake, bro. He is fake as shit. He is a short-tempered, thin-skinned, gutless turd. Dude, look at him. Dude, fuck JD Vance, bro. There he is, boss. Right? He's this same guy, bro. He has not changed, boss. He is, what did they say? What did that clavicular kid say? He's a subhuman. He's a subhuman, bro. All right, let's watch him in action, bro.
Minneapolis officials are encouraging people to commit violence against ICE officials. It's ridiculous. It's got to stop. Go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you. You said earlier that there's a left-wing network to attack, to dox, to assault, and make it impossible for ICE officers to do their job. You told my colleague just now that there's an investigation going on into that network.
Yep.
Dude, this left-wing network bullshit doesn't exist. They're full of shit.
So if everything that you say is true, how does being part of that network justify being shot?
Well, being part of the network doesn't justify being shot, but ramming an ICE officer with your car, that's what justifies being shot.
Dude, ramming. Dude, you ready? Ramming. JD, I'm sorry, just much like when you were in high school and college, there was no ramming, JD. We're sorry to say. Dude, ramming. Dude. Maybe when he hangs out with Peter Thiel, there's some ramming.
Not a good thing, by the way, but when you force somebody to engage in self-defense, it's almost a preposterous question. I'm not saying that funding some of this stuff justifies capital punishment. Nobody would suggest that. The reason this woman is dead is because she tried to ram somebody with her car and that guy acted in self-defense. That is why she lost her life. And that is the tragedy. Now, there may be other violations of the law and other penalties that are associated with those violations of the law. For example, if you are funding violence against our law enforcement officers, I'm not a prosecutor. My guess is that's not the sort of thing that earns capital punishment, but it should sure as hell earn you a few years in prison.
See, again, guys, this is all bullshit, okay? This is more of their Antifa nonsense where they want to try and use everything that happens everywhere. They kill someone and then they say Antifa caused this, okay? Dude, this stuff infuriates me because the gaslighting with these like shitty motherfuckers, this guy is a degenerate human being. He's a liar. He's a sneak. He's a thief. Okay. He's an abuser and he puts a little eyeshadow on and converts to Catholicism and all of a sudden thinks he gets to dictate like how the world's going to work. And it's like, fuck you, JD. Like, none of us are going to listen to you. You have no authority over us, and your little federal Gestapo force ain't going to do shit. We're going to roll them too.
If you're funding the effort to try to assault our law enforcement officers, what is, I'm sorry, guys, what's going on here? You guys are meant to report the truth. How have you let yourself become agents of propaganda of a radical fringe that's making it harder for us to enforce our laws? You just asked me a question that presumed that the reason why this woman died is because she was engaged in legitimate protest. She tried to run somebody over with her car, and the guy defended himself when that happened. Next question.
The investigation is still ongoing.
I said next question.
Mr. Vice President, I mean, you presumably watched the video yourself. There's not the slightest doubt in your mind, having viewed it, that the victim, you still believe that she deliberately tried to ram him despite seeing this video.
Look, I don't know what is in a person's heart or in a person's head, and obviously...
Dude, see, I like that question. You really think she deliberately tried to drive over him? Because, guys, we all watched the goddamn video. Everybody knows that she didn't try to run over anyone. Everybody fucking knows this. His face is gross. But, like, dude... It's like he's standing up there trying to gaslight the whole goddamn world. Oh, you bought into propaganda? It's like, no, we all saw the video. The only people that are trying to say this are you and all your paid right-wing influencers, you fucking dumb fuck. I mean, watch his face crinkle up. I know he's going to avoid the question, but watch his face crinkle up when he realizes, because every reporter in that room knows that this woman did not try to run that guy over. We all know. We all saw it. I mean, he's up there like, why are you guys not believing my bullshit story? Oh, I'm going to yell at you.
Next question.
Mr. Vice President, I mean, you presumably watched the video yourself. There's not the slightest doubt in your mind, having viewed it, that the victim, you still believe that she deliberately tried to ram him despite seeing this.
Look at him!
Look, I don't know what is in a person's heart or in a person's head, and obviously we're not going to get the chance to ask this woman what was going on. What I am certain of is that she violated the law. What I am certain of is that officer had every reason to think that he was under very serious threat for injury or in fact, his life.
No, that's bullshit. Because we all saw the video. That guy purposely established himself in front of that car so it would be hard for her to drive away. And what's more is this guy's got a history of it. Jonathan Ross has a history of jumping in front of cars, okay? Because DHS rules say do not get in front of the car. And he did it back in June. And he had injuries from being dragged by this car because he jumped in front of it and tried to hold on to the driver as the driver rode away. So this guy, this shooter, has a history of behaving outside the guidelines of DHS and purposely putting himself into situations that create these types of events. And he did that, and then he murdered a woman, right? And it's like, man, that's some fucking horseshit, boss.
What I'm certain of is that she accelerated in a way where she ran into the guy.
No, she didn't.
I don't know what
she was
in her
going
heart
2
and what
miles
was
an
in her
hour.
head, but I know that she violated the law, and I know that officer was acting in self-defense. It raises an interesting point, though. Look, if people want to say that we should have a legitimate debate about, what was she really doing, right? Was she panicking when she drove into this officer, or was she actually trying to ram him? That's a reasonable conversation. What's not reasonable is for so many of you to plaster all over the media that this was an innocent woman and that the ICE agent committed murder.
But that's exactly what happened. She was there waving them by. They jumped out, escalated the situation. She tried to get away from their escalation, and they fucking murdered her. Okay? And now they're trying to tell us that we didn't see what we saw. And it's like, fuck you, JD. Okay? We're gonna badger you for the next 20 years about this shit. We're never gonna let you forget this because they are conning us. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.